So far, so good. We're still living today. We don't know what tomorrow brings in this crazy world. Hello, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Sintake_1. Today, I'm going to give a short narration on how to collect dowry in our village. And from the picture, you may see a committee of gentlemen, negotiators, who come from the side of the bridegroom. And today, they're going to pick a bride price that they were told to go and take. But this can sum up in terms of cows or cash or anything ransom to that. But the process that entails today, it's all about the bride and the bridegroom. This is their story today. But one thing that we really incorporate are the kids. You can see the beautiful kids who are in the midst, and they are very joyful because we incorporate kids in our African culture so that they may learn in case tomorrow there are men and women in the society. They should learn on how their predecessors, their fathers and grandfathers used to do it. This is Africa. So we entered at the compound of the bridegroom's place, home. And it's a process because once you get in the compound, now it shows the goodwill that the bride's family is showing. And on the picture, you see them ushering the bride's family in. And at this picture, that moment, we don't see the bride, but you see the mother-in-law waving. Why does she wave? As a gesture of goodwill. And this is how it's done. And everybody is happy, even if you had your differences, because human beings don't have, they're not perfect, but even if you have your differences, this is where you set them aside and you come together as a family. This is Africa. But all the preparation that has been made for that day may end up being a blessing or a profit, or it may end up being a loss. Why am I saying this? I'll tell you if you continue with me. So there's so many things that go on, like the food they prepare, the African delicacy. In our African culture, we have foods that are meant to bond the family. Like we may have meat, we may have greens, but no salad. You may not end up cooking things like fast food things. No, you end up cooking African tradition delicacy. As you can see, we have men who are spinning cassava made ugali and meat. And these youths are the one who normally give a helping hand from the bridegroom's family. And it's all about what they want the bride's family to feel. And this is one of the food or the African delicacy, cassava meal that's made out of cassava ugali. Why am I saying this? In Africa, there's so many processes for you to acquire a dowry. First, this is a bond. You just don't come and take full dowry. No, it's family. And family, it's all about bond. You may start bit by bit because there's no end process of dowry making. Now, at the first phase, you see once the family of the girls, or once the family from the girls' place have come, they are separated and taken to a room different from the other guests. And the other normal guests, I may decide a good name, and I may call them VVIP, very important persons. And at the picture, that's the bride who made this day to be a success. So guys, what am I trying to say? At the process of dowry collection, there are so many things involved. One, if the family of the bride or the girl does not concur with what they are given, they may not end up eating the food that's been cooked. That's why I say it will be a loss. But we don't know what's really running on their mind. But if they decide, or if they concur with what they are given, then with that, it's a success. But first things first, once a visitor comes in Africa, there is food, there is water or drink that's been offered as a will of a goodwill, as a gesture of goodwill. You may take tea before the negotiation starts, for you to keep, I may call it sitting allowance, but for you to keep you going. So that's how it started. But you can see from the environment, from the weather of that day, climate of that day, it was a blessing. You know, in Africa, once you see rain and the cloudy and the atmosphere that is very welcoming, we say it's a blessing. Every tide, every season has a reason. So at the house that you see, that's where the bride's family or the negotiators went and sat. But I also told you we have youths who really don't know how the process is made. And these are one of the 3 youths that I really mingled with them. And this is what they told me. They're not married, but we spoke. And this is what these guys told me. How do you see? What are your expectations?
Okay. I just feel good because I get to learn some skills. I get to get the experience.
You're not married yet?
Yeah, I'm not married.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get to know how people
do the process.
Yeah.
How the process is done.
Yeah.
So this is the DJ.
I'm just like
You just like having an event like this. Mura, what's your name and what's up?
my name is Samuel.
Sawa. Na umeoa? Are you married? Not yet. Na utajifundisha nini leo? He's laughing, man. Lost of words. And you, bro? What's your name? Deo. What's the process? You're not married, you look young. Do you learn anything? So these are the entertainment. So these youths come from the bride's groom's family. I may call them the first family. Now, the cassava is cooked. The cassava ugali. It's an African delicacy. And the lady is finalizing the part because it's kind of tricky cooking it. And how will I put it? Modeling it together. This is Africa. There's some things which are not found elsewhere, but they're found only in Africa, like the dowry process. You may end up getting married for 5, 3, 4 years, even several months. But these, before we initiate the marriage process from the church or from the mosque, this is the first initial process that shows goodwill and bond in the family. The kitchen was really well prepared. The meat, hen's meat, goat's meat, cow's meat, beef was all around. There's a lot of food in Africa. This is one moment that you don't expect to miss, but I had the privilege to see how it's done. And that's privilege I'm bringing it to you as one of my best subscribers and my returning subscribers. So don't forget to go and check us out at Sintake_1. Hit the notification button, subscribe, comment, like, and share. And let's go and see. So we had to walk, you see, the younger generation. And I had to take you bit by bit on all the process that was being carried on that day. The chapati making. And for those people who don't know how really chapati are made, I had a privilege talking to one, Juliana Matinde, who narrated the process. Get to listen.
Warm water.
Mm-hmm.
After you warm water with your dish and all the ingredients you need,
Yep.
maybe sugar, salt, or if you tend to use carrots as well, you just put the right quantity on your dish, then you mix. So just make sure that you have enough oil so that after your duff is done and settled for some time, before you start cutting it into portions, you use enough oil such that when you start frying the chapati, it becomes soft enough for you to eat.
So that's Matinde Juliana. Go check out on YouTube. And so if you're not on the know, I think now you on the know. That's how we make African delicious chapati. Yeah. In some other places, I have a friend who told me they may be called tacos. Tacos. They kind of look like tacos, but they're not tacos. In Africa, we call them chapati. Tacos have, I think, so many beef and so many things inside. But in Africa, it's only plain, and that's how it's made. So, guys, this was a busy day, busy like a bee. This day. And we really appreciated. Everybody was on a happy mood from the kitchen, from the place that we had sat, from the kids that were wondering what's up. Yeah. And he came late, being one of the committee members and being an uncle to the bride. So he just came late. But without him, nothing may continue. Everybody has his place at the negotiation table. So it was what it was. And the guy that you saw with a blue suit behind with the gray hair, that was the spokesperson of the family. Now, as you can see, once the bride's family has sat, they're given water for them to at least quench their throats and their thirsts before they are given food. But at this initial process, they are served with either water, tea, that it's kind of welcoming for them, because before the negotiation starts or the dialogue starts, they need to be given something to put as a welcoming a welcoming note for them. And they were served with tea, or in Africa we call chai, and some bites or snacks like mandazi. I know mandazi are kind of made like chapatis, but a different procedure. So at this initial process, you can't bring the ready food of the day, because they have not agreed. They may disagree, but they may leave the food for the family, of which, if it happens for them not to agree, they may end up getting the bridegroom's family going into a loss, because all that food, no, you cannot finish as a family, but you eat together. And they normally say a family that stays together, prays together, and it eats together. Now, this is the process of initial process on how to get the dowry process. Those are mandazi, the African delicacy. Yeah. And the thermos that you see, the aluminum thermos, is full of chai. Yeah. And as I told you, in this first major part is where you just take it. Then after you done take it, now you start negotiating. But before you negotiate, we told you guys to come for 1 and 2. So come and see, this is what we planned for you. And in that process, once you see those things are good, you go back and now have a chat as a family now. But up to now in that process, the family may end up picking their daughter and going back, and there's nothing they can do about it. Why? Because they have not accepted to take the dowry. But once they've eaten the second round, they've seen the cows and they've accepted, then they cannot permit the families, the girl's family, to take the family. So that's chai. Milk, tea, we call it tea, but it's milk tea. Yeah. So that's how it's done here in Africa. So guys, don't forget also to subscribe, Sintake_1. To my returning subscribers, it's all about family. It's all about thanks for being there for us and the bond. So at this stage, it's only the girl's family that get to sit. You can see some empty seats all over. The boys or the bridegroom's family, it's not allowed to sit first. Once they've taken their tea, then they go and see the cows, then they come and sit and start the chit chat as a family now. let's go with them.
200
Umanuzi ile Kenya si biru naona. Ile kutoka Western. 600. Okay. Kenya si yake 600.
And one thing also, the father of the bride is the one with a yellow t-shirt, kind of cream. He doesn't sit down because he's got a representative from his family, his elder brother, somebody who's elder than him. He may seek advice. He may seek advice from him, and he tell him this is how it's done. Yeah, and at that process, these are the bridegroom and his brothers that they come and greet us as a family in a home native language. Yeah, they greet the fathers first, then they greet their in-laws, brother-in-laws. Yeah, and they will come and greet us with so much respect. And I told you, in this process, even if you don't disagree with somebody, that's where you put your differences, and you only move along. So it was what it was. And somebody may greet you, and if you don't know how to respond, you may be fined. Yes, you may be fined because he may greet you, and if you don't greet back, you may fine. So the father of the bride was talking, bridegroom. So he was welcoming the family from the girl's family and telling them they feel most welcomed, and anything that they are willing, they should know that the initial talks that they had talked previously is the same that they are holding the talks up to now. So he was telling them, we've done our talks and we have our dowry, but others will end up as cash, because, you know, for security purposes. Now the guys who are coming in is from the bridegroom's family, the father of the bridegroom, the uncles who come and we greet them. Since they are the hosts, they come and greet us and we welcome them, and they welcome us as much they are late. So these are the wise men that they normally negotiate. So it's all about one family and another family merging up and becoming one. As the Bible says, the lady, the man will leave his place, and the girl, the woman will leave his place, his father's place, and become one. Now, that's the fine initial stage, and that's the bride. That's the prize now. 2 heads of cattle, and they are told to go and see. The father of the bride goes out, and the father of the bridegroom, being on the other side, they see. Now, on the other side, the father of the bride goes with his committee, and they see whether the animals are healthy or they're just given a random healthy. And you can tell us at the comment below, how did they look? Are they healthy? So the others, the sum price went around 8 head of cattle, but the other 6 were cutted down in terms of cash, because now, since the population has been increased, there are nowhere to graze them, and security wise, it's good to take bit by bit. So cash, you can carry all the 8 cows in an envelope, but the 2 cows, they go as a good gesture. So they normally give a male and a female. Why? Because of continuity, so that you bless the bond. You bless the bond. So once a male, you can't give only female cows, heifers or bulls, because bull and a bull cannot give birth. Heifer and a heifer cannot give birth. So it's all about bull and a heifer to increase the population. That's one significant that shows that also the lady and the man can go and populate and create a generation with a blessed with a blessing from their fathers and mothers. And this has done. So the people that you see, the old women, these are the man's family. The man's family. Now, after they've seen this, they may disagree there, or they may agree. That depends. Now, it all depends with the bride's family. They may disagree. But let's see, did they agree or did they disagree? You may look from there. You may see from the they've agreed, and from the non-verbal cue they agreed. They nodded. The father nodded, and they said, "Now we are good to go." At this point of time, now once they've agreed, all the food that's coming, now they need to eat. But if they disagreed, they won't eat. You see, and the kid, as a sign of blessing. As a sign of blessing, was looking, because you may disagree, but where do you leave the next generation? So the family of the bride has agreed, and now the food that was being prepared is ready to be eaten. Them to actually agree upon the marriage. So that's how it is, and that's how it is. And in Africa, it's all about the beauty. You can see the vibe, it's all about family and stuff. So this is the first stage whereby they've really appreciated the dowry, but they are yet to come. So there are steps that I'll be narrating on what's supposed to be done on the dowry. So don't go far. Now they go to the second phase. And what's the second phase? I guess the second phase is after agreeing. Now they wash their hands, and now they're ready to eat. They're ready to sign the pact. And now it's officially that they not yet official, but it's kind of not official, but it's a sign that now we've agreed, we've not disagreed, and now let's get it done. Bring the food, let's eat it up. And now the family, as you can see, they're trying to prepare from the fruits, so that now they may eat. But as I told you earlier, if they had disagreed, they wouldn't have eaten. It will be the way it was. But since they've agreed, now from the brothers of the lady who's married, they've now agreed. This is the pact. And they serve the visitors first before they serve the other guests, the VVIP. It's all about beautiful. Now the food that was being prepared, you saw it. And now it's fully prepared. Now others are washing utensils. It's a helter-skelter. Now they've brought the fruits. Now they've agreed, at least now we family bring the food. They'll be served, and once they're served, they'll be moving to the final stage. That's called bearing witness and signing the papers, called marriage certificate, marriage agreement, not marriage certificate, marriage agreement, whereby we have administrators like the chief, or the local chief of the area, or a representative of a chief, so that once they've agreed that one copy remains with the family, the other copy goes to the administration, and the other copy goes with the bride's family as a gesture of yes, we agreed on this sum of amount. And if you don't stick to the end of the agreement, then the law will be held and the elders will hold you responsible. Now the food was brought. That's rice, white rice, fish, watermelon, cassava ugali, roasted meat, kuku, chicken. You see, all that was made for the family. So you see why they didn't have to take chances and losing all that delicacy. The chapati, one of the best. So they were good to go.
Oh, I was not ready, my friend. The camera just covered over
Wow. So from the process that you see, one, there is one thing that's made in a family. It's not all about the food or the dowry that brings the family together. It's the love and the treasure and the bond and the respect that makes this family come together. Why do I say this? Because minus love, respect, there is no marriage between two people. But since there is love and respect, then all these happen, become an end product of love. So in Africa, it's not all about dowry. It's all about, are you going to live with our daughter? Are you going to live with our son? With love and respect. That's all people look at. Then dowry may come, because once you live with your, once somebody lives with your daughter or with your son happily, that's what makes parents happy. But if I may say that I want things in terms of cash or something, then they may not end up living happily. But once they live happily, a combination of two souls which are joined into one, then everything is possible. So it's not all about that a woman is an investment, or a woman is an, let's say, it's something that can be auctioned. No, it's just an appreciation to the family where the lady comes from. They appreciate that the lady actually, since she was grown, taken to school, and now she's given respect to the family. It's an appreciation to the family. And I told you, where there's love, everything prospers. And it's all about love, and it's all about respect that makes family to bond up and to be one. Now entering to the final stage, this is where now the papers are brought in. After their bellies are full, after their stomachs are full, I think bellies are full, now they sit down and they try to ask, now, what's up? Now, this is where the point comes. But at the outside level, you may see the bridegroom's family or the age mates. And you see he sits, the guy with the yellow t-shirt who's the bridegroom of the day, sits with his family, with his age mates, and they negotiate. And they are happy. And they say, yeah, man, you made us happy. And they advise him on how to live with his wife, since they are new couples in town. And they just share, they talk, they laugh, and they see that a day being a blessing is all that they need. So this is how it's done in Africa. Keep on subscribing to my YouTube channel, Sintake_1, where we give you what's you didn't know it's happening in Africa. So it's not all about running away with a bride. No, it's a process. And I told you, the age mates, actually, others are married, others are sitting with their lovebirds, like the guy there with his wife and their kids. So it's all about advising. Now the guys who are sitting here, the shade, they're advising him. Now this his age set or his age group. Others are not yet married, but they can advise. They can get also advice and how it's done. Once you get married, how do you pay your dowry? How do you negotiate? Now this is the final stage, marriage consent form. whereby you can see the logo of the government, Office of the President Marriage Consent Form, whereby they write the name of the father of the bridegroom, the ID number, official identification number, and where he's coming from, and also the sub-location and the division. And down there, his witnesses, that they sum up to be 4, and witnesses with their signatures, and the number of cattles. Like there they wrote 8 cattles, but they gave 2 cattles. Others were subdivided and summed up to cash. So the father of the bridegroom was signing the papers. The first family of the bridegroom first signs the papers, and once they're done, they go to the other side of the bride, whereby they sign to the papers. This is a short story on how it's done. Yeah, like what they were signing right now, what they were writing down, it's how many heads of cattle, how many are issued, and the rest, are they converted into cash, or are they going? You can see the number 8. Those were the head of the cattle, but they gave a sum of 200,000 cash Kenyan shillings. You see, and the colors of the cows, that's red and white, that was given, and the other cash was given in terms of the 6 remaining head of cattle. So they write the red, and secondly they write white. Those are the ones that are given, and the others that are crossed like that was cash. So guys, continue subscribing. Let's move a road to 2000k subscribers, and all can be done. This is Intake_1, and this is a real live ceremony on how it's done in Africa. So after they've completed, they'll be moving to another final stage, whereby they can advise each other. And once they've introduced, as 2 families now joined and mashed up into one, now it's all about the jubilant. At this process, the lady is now supposed to leave now and go back to his father's place. Now he's a member of the new family that is his husband's family. So he's got no business, and it's written down. That's a serious business. Now the father of the lady jot that down, and that's how it was done. And you can see another witness, who's his first uncle, also wrote down as a witness, because if anything goes wrong, they'll be called first after maybe it has gone out of hand, because he's got family. So that's how it's done, and this is Africa. So we had a chit chat with the bride, and this is what he told us.
My mother-in-law officially, and thank you.
It's wonderful, eh?
She's my mother-in-law, and he's my brother now-in-law. And how do you feel the experience? Na tunashukuru kwanza, thank you. Tumekula tumeshiba mama. So how do you feel the experience?
The experience was good. Everything went smooth. Had no emergencies here and there. Everything moved according to the plan.
And you've dated for 6 years, I know. And what are the challenges since you faced, and you've learned? Unajua now her behavior is your behavior, his behavior is her behavior. What have you learned?
I've learned a lot, but
You've tried to you've learnt a lot and you've advanced with it.
Yeah, adjusted where needs to be.
Adjusted.
So that's life. So me, I just say all the best and may God see you through. So this Ernest, go check him out in his YouTube channel.
Hi guys, it's Ernest here. Go and check my YouTube channel and subscribe and share and comment. My boy Sintake, he's a good friend of mine.
So guys, welcome to our YouTube channel, and I have a brother here, actually an uncle, and the other one is the one who's rushing with a black cape. You can see him. Yeah, that's where it is. Clemo.
Hello guys, Clemo the vet here. Welcome to our channel.
Yeah, so he's a vet by profession. So go check him out, and if you're coming from my end, go check him out. And this is my uncle. These are both my uncles, and not uncles as in they are wajomba. We say wajomba. So how's the process been, and what do you expect from what you've been doing from YouTube?
Okay, I'm Gentani Senior 254. That's my YouTube channel name. Yeah, so I'm very grateful for you to host me at your YouTube channel. So if you're watching from my end, just go and see at Sintake1 YouTube channel and subscribe, share and comment. Take him to 1,000 subscriber.
Yeah, and also take him to a road to 1K. And today we just met at this initial process of dowry.
Yeah.
And have you ever been in a dowry ceremony? The process.
Been. No.
What have you missed and what have you learned?
Yeah, what I learned is that if there is a disagreement in between the two families, there is no
marriage. There is no that bond.
Yeah, there is no that bond. So they took time to agree. That's when we start to eat. Yeah, there is some process. You can't eat before agreement.
No, but there's the process of maybe the soft drinks and stuff.
So they need to exchange words first. Yeah, they create a strong bond in between the two families.
And I guess you're still single, eh?
Yeah.
You haven't married. You may be having
guess.
A girlfriend.
I'm single.
No, I just guess. You haven't said, but officially he's single. But tell us, are you planning to marry anytime soon?
In the next 4 years. Yeah.
Next 4 years.
But I'm dating.
So you're still single. Since you're not married, you're still single. Dating is not an issue. So, uncle, Ebu, tell us, you don't go back. Don't go far. Veterinary, how's the process? And we have so many quack doctors. What can you do as in animal husbandry from livestock and stuff? What have you measured in? Can I bring a dog and you treat it? What have you measured in?
So we are dealing with all animals. We are livestock specialists. We are veterinarians. They deal with animals, wild animals and domestic animals. So these quack doctors, what we do is that when somebody treats you an animal, he or she must produce a license. So most of us have our license, and the Kenya Veterinary Board, we know the registered doctors. So yeah, it's just the work of the government to control that. And here in Kuria, this in Nyabohanse village, we are trying our best to help the community. Those who have money and those who don't have money, all of them should know that the animals must be treated. Animals have rights. Yeah. Thank you.
So, once winding up, and you've been doing a good job.
Yeah,
I've been seeing you constructing. And what are the challenges that you've been facing since you started your YouTube channel? And how much are you prepared going man solo?
Okay, my main content is doing a charity because I'm studying a community development course. So I'm doing it out of passion. When I'm helping someone, I feel good. Yeah, from my heart. That's I'm doing it from passion.
You're passionate about what you're doing.
Yeah, community development.
So
far so good. I've fed some street kids.
Yeah, I've seen.
Yeah, I bought them some shoes, and I built a house for a woman who had no.
She's well off, vulnerable. I'll say she's vulnerable in the community.
Yeah. So I've helped her. So I also have ambition of changing my family's status. Yeah, that's my mom.
From the humble beginnings.
From the humble beginnings.
I think the mom who happens to be my grandmom, you'll be seeing her. I think I showed you in the video calling her sweetheart.
Yeah.
You'll see on the video.
And that's my mom.
Yeah, that's his mom.
Yeah.
And
we are not too far from my project, just over there.
The project is there. Since I've been taking now the shots from my phone.
Yeah.
I think it's not that good quality. But now, where do you see yourself 2, 3, 5 years coming?
Oh, I see myself far. But God knows about the future, you know.
But you
I
hope
can't,
for the best.
But I hope for the best. Yeah, and I have got ambition of helping more than 1,000 people, and you know, leaving a legacy
In Africa.
Even today, if I die, it will never change that.
Yeah, your deeds speak a lot.
Yeah.
So guys, go check him out, and we've met today. Here is a small ceremony. So go subscribe if you're coming from my end. Go check Gentanyi Senior 254.
Yeah.
And
Clemo the vet.
Clemo the vet. Yes. Go check them out, man. It's all about spreading love, and love indeed is what we do. So guys, these are the lovebirds, and she's my sister here. He's my brother-in-law, and Vicky, she's the sister to my brother-in-law. So it's been a pleasure. Tunawapenda sana. May you stick with the family, and may God see you through kwa kila kitu mnafanya.
Amen.
Yeah, so
Amen.
these are journey, young couples bana. And we pleasure, tumekula tumeshiba. Yeah, tumekula tumeshiba. May God see you through.
Okay.
And thanks to the Option people.
Thank you, my brother.
YouTube. Sasa utalipwa hatugawie, sitaki ujinga. Hiyo nyeupe hiyo nyeupe hiyo. Kila siku nikija sinywi maziwa, lakini nitakunywa maziwa hiyo ng'ombe. Hiyo ni Maria wangu huyo. Sawa. Kwa muembe. Hivi haitoka. Hiyo ifanye mbegu kwa mara 7 silete kila rangi. Ahí muembe kula. Si haitoka. Ndio hiyo. Mambo Maria mbona mrembo. Maria wangu. Hana kitu kama dara he.
So guys, after we be finishing this, after they've exchanged a piece of advice, now they are good to go. Till next time, to my other content, I'm Sintake_1. Watch me out, and to my returning subscribers, may God bless you abundantly. To my YouTube followers, man, without you, I'm lost of words. So guys, let's meet till next time. It's Sintake_1. Bye bye.